Morning, good morning. How is everyone doing today? Right, so I'm just going to do a little breakdown as I don't really have much time this morning. So I'm going to do a little video breakdown. Let's see how it is, how I view the markets. And yeah, right. So start of the week off. We're now on Wednesday, aren't we? So start of the week off. We've took the previous week's high. We've got equal high at the top of here. It looks or breakdown below. Big push on Monday. Sort of a pullback. Could we get That's not been swept yet. Could we get a pullback into this FEG? Like, I was thinking for ages this was going to hold. That's what I was thinking. This is going to hold. That was my kind of my thesis on Monday. I know we've had a big push up, but I just had a feeling this was going to hold. Obviously, it's NFP week, so be careful of NFP weeks. Very notorious for being indecisive anyway. Um, so come to the week. I was kind of hoping, like we've had this push up, I was kind of hoping we had like kind of a flip zone here. We had like this demand hold, then we had like kind of a break of structure and then reaction and a flip. So could you say that that was a flip, 4 hour flip? I'm gonna like say it was not the best, but it flipped and then that broke structure. So I'd say this were a good 4 hour zone to trade from. It doesn't look like it's gonna go there. It's been very choppy since Monday. Yesterday was a bit of a shop day. It just pulled back very steadily. So, um, yeah, is it going to keep going further down? That's going to be the main thing. GU 15. We got that reaction. We have this coming to here. I'd like supply hold from that. Supply hold from there. But then it's failed to take anything. That's why I don't really like GU at the minute. It's failed to take anything at the moment. It's like holding in there. So you've got like a supply kind of holding that's not really been broken. You've got this demand holding. So maybe see what happens today. More than likely, if it is going to go down, it could do something like that. Break that, come and retest the supplies, and then trade down. Like supply on the 15 has kind of taken control now. Like this reaction, this initial reaction did fail, and it's come and the supply has held. So you could say that we are getting this reaction in here now. Let's see where that goes. If supply is going to keep to hold, keep holding. We've just come up to the. That's not even this week, is it? Yeah, oh, yeah, it is. That's the beginning of this week's VWAP. So looks like it's provided a little bit of support. Like I say, I don't really understand how the VWAP works too much at the minute. I just stick it on the weekly open, the daily opens, and the London opens. Oh, what did I do that? That's not what I wanted to delete. What did we delete then? Oh, that line. Delete that. Right, so VWAP on 10 o'clock London time. No, no, that one. This one. So, yeah, let's mess around at the minute. Come down to the lower time frame. Yeah, you've kind of reacted into this. It's just a bit messy, isn't it? I've not liked any candle formation at the minute. We wicked that, that's pretty good. We wicked that at 7 o'clock. Broke down below the Asia low. Asia low Asia range is 30 pips. The Asia range seems to have calmed down for the minute. So where's the day gonna go? The candle at the minute is very undecisive. The daily candle. So yeah, bit undecisive at the moment. I don't really know where to take it. I am going to say down just because supply is in control. I've had a bit of a flip here. Looks like it's coming down, but this low has yet to fail. This VWAP's holding, so we'll get a bit of development, see what happens. I'm going to monitor this throughout the day. And what else was I going to say? My outlook from yesterday, not very good. It did go up a little bit. I wanted it to break up there, but it decided to just range a bit or go slightly down. Euro now. We'll quickly break this in. So 6 minutes in. Try not to drag it on for too long. Euro is basically going to be the same as GU. So yeah, daily high, daily low. So wicked below the daily low already here. A little bit low, wick below the daily low. What's this crossing here? Oh, that was my for the demand. You'll see in a minute. That's what that was off. It didn't tag me in, but so we're below the daily demand. I know we've hit the daily low, and I know we've hit a daily 15-minute demand. That's why we're getting this reaction here. Will that make it go up? Possibly. Like we have had a lot of momentum. What's going to make it go up? It is like zigzagging about. You could say we're in like a bit of a demand here. Like we have broke structure. We've broke structure. So we've got that. Is that going to keep breaking structure up here? Create another demand to trade from. Who knows? So that's the daily at the minute, 4 hourly. They're just very messy, isn't it? Like we've had this demand here. That's just like the last demand. That's the last demand that's held. It's just yeah, it's kind of making little breaks here, making little breaks. Obviously, that's the demand that held. Yeah, I don't really know where this is going to go today. The 4 hour doesn't look good, neither on GU or EU, but it's it is what it is. It's one of them days. It's one of them days. So looking at the 15-minute, this is what I was looking at yesterday. If you look at my outlook from yesterday, I said I wanted to tap into this and then get a reaction. So the outlook from yesterday for GU was kind of all right. It just messed around a lot in the middle. Uh, just messed a lot around a lot in the middle. And yeah, so it's done this. What's happening here? Like we've got this 15-minute demand inside a 4 hour demand, and I liked this because, to be fair, I didn't mark that up right, did I? If I use the last downward candle, if I use the last downward candle, it just tapped. Oh no, no. Did it just tap this or not? If you use the imbalance above, which sometimes I do, I'm not on this case, am I? So if I mark that imbalance above and it just taps it, that is actually why it is really good to use the imbalances if it's just above a demand zone. That's really, yeah, I wouldn't have took this trade because it's out of session for me, but 3 o'clock in the morning, could have had a little limit on that to be fair. What would I have done if I'd have had a limit on it just at the top of that range? Cover that low, target that high there. I could have woke up to 2R this morning. Yeah, I could have done that if I thought I was going to give the reaction it did. But yeah, that's why sometimes it is ideal to mark the fair value gap. It's good to have that indicator on. Looks value fair value gap. Mark the imbalance just above the candle, and it does give a reaction. As you can see, it has given a reaction here. If I would have left a limit order on that, I could have ended up with a good trade there. But yeah. So EU does not look very good. It's all over. You could say I don't even know what. So you've got like this was a break structure yesterday. Trying to decipher it quickly because I look at this and I'm like, no, but I should start looking at him a bit better. So we obviously got that reaction. We had that reaction that failed. So that's now a flip zone. But we have no liquidity in this leg. So could this now be a sweep of that? Because that's a flip zone. But there's no liquidity in this leg. So did this need to be swept? So possibly. They could have swept this and come back down into here and then head down. But this demand has held. The demand has held and that supply has failed. So I want to see a bit more commitment. Maybe like this wick here just took that liquidity. You can see took that liquidity there. So maybe trade down into this wick and then maybe look to trade up if it's going to keep going up. That's probably what I'm going to go for today with EU because that wick looks decent, looks juicy. Could come down into that. Just took a bit of liquidity. Taking a bit of liquidity up there. See if it takes that high. If not, if this keeps failing, this flip could hold. If this fails, comes down here, then and this fails, then we could be looking at possible. We could be looking at a possible reversal, which it has gone up quite a lot, so it could happen. You know what I mean? We've had a lot of upward momentum. Started to get obviously got oversold here on the 4 hour from Monday, come down on Tuesday. So yeah, it's just play it by ear. That's what I'm going to go for today. I'm going to say bullish, but don't be surprised if it goes bearish at all because the high time frame looks like it is due a pullback. But you can't really tell for now. But right, yeah. So I'm gonna obviously I say this every time. Keep trying to get a few more of these videos out. I do actually like talking through the thought process. It helps me think about it better rather than when I just jump on. And I'm like, right, yeah, yeah. Well, I've got to go out in like 20 minutes, so I didn't know if I'd have enough time to do a proper outlook. So, right, I'll see you guys later. Have a good week. Remember, tomorrow Friday, be careful with trading because it's not the best NFP week.